We got 6 months left in this year, and that is definitely enough time to either accomplish your goals or create the disciplines that's going to help you achieve the goals that you want. First thing is first, we got to get ourselves ready. And what I mean by that is think about the goals that you had at the beginning of the year. Like right now, I have my vision board in front of me, and I'm kind of just taking a moment and reevaluating and deciding, are these still the goals that I want for myself? You know, and are things changing? And I look at it and I realize that there are some things on earth that I want to change around. That, you know what, I thought this was going to be my focus, but actuality, this is what I really want to be working on. So when you want to start to get ready and start to just think about what are the goals that you have for yourself. I'm gonna list some areas of life that you can think about for yourself, what resonates with you on some things that you want to work towards. But definitely understand, just because we got 6 months left in this year, it doesn't mean that we can't accomplish anything, because we can be different. All it takes is 6 months. You can be different in 6 months. So I'm gonna go through my vision board. I just have it turned away because it is private, so I'm gonna go through some of that stuff just to kind of help and give you an idea of what I mean by that. So on my first part of my vision board, I have, when I go through the areas of my life, it's my health, my physical health. So I have a picture of a body that I want, and I realize, it's just bland on my vision board. And I decided that I needed to get more specific and more clear, especially as I've been reading the book Think and Grow Rich. And I decided to just apply that method to some of the other areas of my life versus just the financial part. So when I think about your health, and when you think about your health, think about exactly how much weight do you want to lose. And for me, I have that number in my mind, and I'm actually going to put that on my notes, and then on my vision board, I'm actually putting the action steps. So it's like, okay, so say example, like for here, on my mind, I want to lose, for my weight, I want to lose a total of 50 pounds. Losing a total of 50 pounds at least get me to 150. And I think that's a healthy way for me, as I'm 5'7". So the way I'm using that is I'm doing the action step to just kind of break it down to make it seem more manageable. It's like, okay, so to lose 50 pounds, that would mean like I would have to lose anywhere from 8 to 10 pounds a month, which seems more doable than when I just think of the overall big number that I want to lose. Mind you, I'm not going to 100% just focus on the weight, because the 50 pounds is what I want to lose, but there is an image and the way I want my body to look. I don't want to have my rolls anymore. I don't want to have thicks in my thighs. Like, I want to be in shape. So now with my next step, I'm doing the action step where I found an fitness plan that works for me, because what I'm willing to give, and what should I say? What I'm willing to give in order to achieve this goal from what Think and Grow Rich is like, I'm willing to give my time. And now to just break it down for how it works in the Think and Grow Rich book, it is, let me get to the page. So it says, fix your mind on the exact amount, and this says money that you desire, but I'm adjusting it to the weight that I desire. So I am trying to get to 150 pounds, and that would require me to lose 50 pounds. And then it says, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for that weight that you desire. And that is, one, I'm willing to give my time. If I'm willing to give my time to my job, to other people, I can give time to myself and for my fitness journey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate, which I've already been doing actually at the beginning of the year started, I'm just kind of fine tuning it, is giving up processed food and using carbs more from fruit is what I'm getting more of my carbs from. And then establish a definite date you intend to possess this. And my goal is to reach it by the end of the year. So the next 6 months, that is my goal, to reach that. And I'm putting it in the atmosphere, and I'm claiming it that it's going to happen, because I already see it in myself that I'm making changes. And then you create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. And then you begin the plan today. So I already started with my plan, because I joined a fitness group, and it's like you have certain days that you do your circuits and certain days that you do your cardio, and then they have like meal plans to kind of help you to where you create your own food to make it more whole food. And I started the action plan today, which I've already been doing, but today I got up this morning and I got my workout done, because I know for me, if I wait till later in the day to get my workout done, it likely won't happen. So I got it done in the morning, especially since this is an off day for me. So that's kind of like where I'm doing it, and what I plan on doing is putting those steps on my vision board, because I have my vision board as my screensaver on my computer. So it's like when I look at the vision board, I'm not just looking at the picture. I have the action steps, so then that way I can pretty much check myself and be like, okay, today is Monday. On here, you're supposed to do this. Did you do it today? So it's really in my face. The next thing that on my vision board that I want to work on is with my YouTube channel. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers. I want to get my YouTube channel monetized by the end of the year. And so from doing that, what I'm doing is now is I'm learning more about my analytics, learning to understand what videos work that best serve you. What I'm willing to give up is I'm willing to give up using, I should say, watching unnecessary things that are not helping me to reach this goal. You know, sometimes when I get tired and I just put on random stuff, and it's not really doing anything for me, but it's allowing me to procrastinate. And the thing is, I need to stop procrastinate, and I need to really get more focused on growing this channel, finding out what videos best serve you, and just doing the research and just learning, and then figuring out a killer cut like plan as far as like, when do I post? When is the best time for me to post long form? When is the best time for me to post short form? What videos do you like to see? And kind of going from there to kind of help grow my channel. And also on YouTube, watching content creators that educate on how to grow your YouTube channel. Watch other content creators that own with the same focus that I'm on, to see, you know, how they're growing their YouTube channel, what are things that they're doing, and just learning from that standpoint. And, you know, finding mentors to kind of help me as I go through this journey, because this is new for me, creating this YouTube channel. This is definitely new for me, but I enjoy doing it, so I want to keep doing it, and I want to be able to do it to the best of my ability with the help of God. The next area where I'm looking at on my vision board is when I talk about finances. I realize, like, I'm actually okay with, and people might cringe at this and don't agree with this, but I realize that I am actually okay with renting. Like, I do not have a desire right now to buy a whole house. Like, I just don't have that desire right now. I feel like I enjoy being able to, if I wanted to pick up and leave, I could go, and it's easy to do. So I figured I'm gonna change one of that, because that vision just did not resonate with me that well. I was just like, you know, I'm not really feeling this. But what I am feeling is, I realized, you know what, this is an opportunity for you to just find your dream apartment, you know, and move into your dream apartment, get into your dream space, and just be happy there. So then, working through my finances, as I'm working through my debt payment strategies and savings for my emergency fund, I figure, you know, you still can enjoy your life, but you don't want to put yourself in more debt. And that's something that I definitely have to work on too, because I did use my credit cards when I told myself at the beginning of the year that I was going to stop using my credit cards. But I did have a moment of weakness, and I ain't ashamed about it, because I feel like it was meant to be. I went to IKEA, and everybody who has IKEA, you know, they have that as is section. And when you find something in there, if you don't get it that day, it's going to be gone. And the fact that I found a dresser that I have been wanting, but I've been hesitant to buy, because I didn't feel like trying to put the furniture together. And I didn't want to pay nobody to put the furniture together. So I just been not doing it. But for some reason, something in me that day said, why don't you go to IKEA, walk around, and go to the as-is section? And I did it, and lo and behold, the dresser that I had been wanting was there, put together. There was no issues with it, because, you know, sometimes with the furniture, it may be missing a part or something, but it was completely put together. So I'm taking that as that was divine guidance, and I paid for it and put it on my credit card. And I don't have no shames about it, but I know it went against the goal that I had set for myself at the beginning of the year. But it is what it is. So I'm going to reset the goal of not using my credit card. But now what I'm doing is I'm making adjustments in my budget to include a whatever I want budget. So then that way I can start filling out that one to where, if I find something this month that I want and it's I got my whatever I want budget, I can get it, and it's not creating debt. And then just if I don't find anything that I spend it on this month, that's okay. I'll just add to it next month just to kind of get it to accumulate. So that's kind of one of the areas in my finances that I'm like, okay, I need to make adjustments for that so I can get back to not using my credit card, because I'm enjoying looking at my dresser. I ain't gonna lie, but like I said, it was. I tried not to use my credit card, but I just talked myself into it, and I don't feel guilty about it. But it is what it is. The plan is now not use my credit cards again. But now that I have a bigger why for my finances, as far as like a place that I want to live that inspires me in my dream place, it's like, okay, now I'm looking at my expenses differently. Is this subscription worth me not reaching this goal of having my dream apartment? No. So that's something you can look at for yourself. Is this subscription worth you not having this peace of mind or being able to go and do this? Because you can always renew this subscription. So just temporarily getting rid of it is not really going to do anything, because you can always get it back. They're always running specials to try to get you back. And you can probably cancel it and then later on get it back at a cheaper price because they want you back. So those are the things that I'm looking at. When it comes to my career, like my current job that I want, I'm changing the mindset to mainly look at that as more of like, look at your job that you're doing as this is your investment partner. They are allowing you to be able to pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, have food on the table, and have gratitude with that. Because whenever you want to do more, you got to start with gratitude. And when it comes to my career, I keep this scripture with me, Luke 16, chapter 16, verse 10. Unless you are faithful in small matters, you won't be faithful in large ones. And I'm like, okay, so God knows that I want to be able to work for myself. Like I would want to be able to be a full-time content creator. I want to have more control over my time, being able to take vacations when I want to and not have to deal with, do I need to find somebody to cover my shift or something like that. And he's like, well, what are you doing with the job right now? Do you have gratitude for where you are right now and appreciate what I'm allowing you to do? Because once you do that, then I'm going to allow you to have free up some time to be able to do other things. So even like with all the areas when I'm talking about with my YouTube channel and with my finances, it's like I have to keep this scripture. I take it with me everywhere just to remind me when I start to get caught up in my head and be like, hold on, there are big things I want to accomplish, but first things first, have gratitude for where you are. So that way you don't let that negative energy block you from seeing your blessings, block you from seeing the opportunities that God is bringing your way. So that's one thing I'm going to work on, and I'm working on like, okay, how can I do my job better? And it's not even doing it better for them. It's doing it better for me and God, because this is how I'm showing my appreciation to God for this job, because it's my investments partners. It's what I'm doing to help me get established to the things that I want. So that's the way to look at it, but go with what works and what resonates with you. But I'm just kind of flowing you through my process on how I'm revamping my vision board to make adjustments for the next 6 months. And then when it comes to like spirituality, to me, you do what works for you spirituality. Like my focus now is to really just work on increasing my intuition and being able to understand if I'm hearing something from, if it's God guided or if it's flesh guided, And then that way I know when like if it's time to move, I know it's time to move. When it's time to be still, I know when it's time to be still. And in doing that, I'm continuing just to have my alone time, read my Bible scriptures, listening to lectures to really just understand how can I apply that to my life. How can I make changes in order to apply that to my life? So do what resonates, works for you. But know that 6 months, we got time. We can accomplish some things, because like I said, 6 months is the first 6 months went by like that. So to me, the last 6 months could just go by like that. But we got to be intentional. When you become intentional, then the 6 months is like nothing. When you're not intentional, the 6 months go by and you just like, what happened? I didn't even accomplish anything, because you got to really be intentional, and you got to make sure that the why and that the goals that you set for yourself is truly the goals you want for you, and not the goals that you feel like that society has placed on you. Because like I said, with the housing, you know, it's placed on, you get a good job, now it's time to buy a house and blah blah. And I realized that's just not me. That's just not my goal right now. Maybe next year that could change, who knows? But for right now, I'm like, my goal is just to, you know, get my dream apartment. I'm totally fine with that. I do not need a home right now. But like I said, you go with what resonates with you and what feels right for you. Because success is defined really by the individual person. The society has these levels of success of you do this, 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 and this. But the success is how you define it for you. Success for me is allowing me to have peace of mind. It's allowing me to have control over my time. So therefore, I want to do the things that's going to allow that for me. So hopefully this video resonates with you and you're ready to accomplish your goals and get things done within these next 6 months, because 6 months, there's plenty of time. The only thing is we just got to be intentional, and we just got to be specific in the goals that you want. And then we really got to work on that mindset. So I highly recommend you watch my video on the mindset for 2024, because this is what's going to help as far as reaching that goal. Thanks. See you in the next video.